my name is Emily Brandenberry, and today we'll be talking about should college athletes be paid. Did you know that many Division I football players are very spoiled? For example, at the University of Oregon, football players have access to a multi-million-dollar athletic facility that includes 3 indoor fields, a 2-story weight room, as well as a lounge that is video game equipped with TVs. In spite of these benefits, many people believe that college athletes should be paid. However, I do believe this is not right. College athletes are students, and that is the most important part since they are not professionals, as well as many athletes receive scholarships, and colleges will not be able to afford this. The main points I will be covering today are academics come first, students are not professionals, many students receive scholarships, and colleges may not be able to afford this. Many kids dream to play sports in college, but according to Dave Anderson from the Top 10 Reasons Why College Athletes Should Not Be Paid, only 7% of high school athletes have the chance to play at the collegiate level, meaning this is a huge privilege and these athletes should not take this opportunity for granted. This would change their whole mindset if students were paid to play sports in college. Students come first, according to Reed Karim, a CQ researcher, says that some experts believe that academics are not tough enough for some athletes in college. In 2003, the NCAA stopped requiring test scores on the ACT and SAT and changed their ruling to allow sliding test scores for student athletes to get into school. Students need to love the game and not the money. This will change the game of college sports if students were paid. They are not professionals, and this is not their career. Dave Anderson claims that fans will want to see their players hit the field or the court without playing the distractions of cash and do it for the love of the game. College athletes play to earn an education while participating in the sport they love. If athletes were paid, college athletes would not likely play with the same passion and effort. Most colleges and universities cannot afford to equally pay every single athlete for each sports team, and so unequal payment would be very likely. The 2 highest revenue sports are men's basketball and football teams at many colleges and universities. If college athletes were paid, the low revenue sports teams such as tennis or swimming or many women's sports would not be paid as much as a football or basketball player. No matter what athlete on what team, every single athlete puts as many hours and hard work into their sport. So if college athletes were to be paid, it would be true, and everyone should agree that these athletes should be paid equally. Ann Mayo, Director of Sports Management at Seton Hall, takes the side of smaller profit teams and defends them by saying, "It looks like the people who are doing what they are supposed to be doing, who are true student athletes, are probably not going to get paid." There's also the likeliness of unfairness of gender because women's sport teams are not as popular as men. Dave Anderson's reason number 6 not to pay college athletes is that most D1 schools, there was a study done that 23 out of 228 schools only can afford to pay every single athlete. That's not a lot. Thinking if there's 40 football players on each team and every other sports team has about 15 or so students, that's a ton of athletes to pay, and that's not a lot of money colleges have. So what about if the college doesn't have enough money to pay every single athlete? So their first resort could be going to an athletic team that is a lower end revenue making, or they could go to an academic program and cut that. That is the unfairness for students trying to earn an education. Overall, some colleges are struggling to keep their programs up and running without paying college athletes. If student athletes were paid, consequences could include unequal pay for each athlete and athletic or academic program cuts. Athletes are provided with many amenities such as scholarships, and they can also receive academic scholarships on top of this if they have good grades. Scholarship money can cover the cost of tuition, room and board, as well as food and other personal benefits. Athletic scholarships are offered at Division I, II, and NAIA levels, but not Division III. Under labor laws, Alan Sanderson and John Seifrin, in the case of college athletes, argue sports teams control an athlete's life, and since they are students, they cannot be labeled as employees. Athletes must keep up their grades to stay eligible to play the sport they love. According to Howard Chudikoff from the Wall Street Journal, he believes that many athletes in big programs are already spoiled enough with many multi-million-dollar facilities with academic and athletic privileges. For example, many college sports teams receive a lot of free clothing that is sponsored by Nike and Under Armour, as well as an example from the University of Alabama has a climate-controlled room that fumigates or disinfects the football players' shoes. How cool is that? As well as the academic services, many college athletes are provided with tutors and private sessions that many other students on campus may not have access to. College athletes often already receive scholarship money that can cover a big chunk of their tuition, in addition to the perks of athletic and academic buildings. The opposing view is that college athletes should be paid due to all of their hard work and effort and making a lot of money for their sport. Kenneth Cooper, from the article Should College Athletes Be Paid to Play, from EBSCOhost, says that 2 law professors from Michigan State University believe that since these athletes put in a lot of time and effort, they are considered to be employees due to their hard labor. The NCAA defends their belief that these athletes are students. Under the law, they should not be treated as employees either by law or the schools they attend. People believe since their athletes' coaches have a lot of strict schedules on them, this can cause a lot of mental, emotional, and physical stress on these students, as well as the problem of balancing school. Many top Division I sports programs bring in a lot of money, and people believe since they bring in a lot of money for their program, they should be rewarded with a small sum for working hard. Athletes can generate a lot of money for their school, especially if they are a higher ranked team. After countless hours for their sport and pressure of balancing school and athletics, many people believe these athletes should be paid a small amount of money. Overall, I believe that student athletes should not be paid because they are not professionals and they are playing a sport because they love. Many people are already receiving scholarships, and colleges may not be able to pay all athletes equally. Thank you.